So I really enjoy watching those videos where it's blank, where it's blank, where it's blank selects my reads. Welcome back to my channel. We are getting to that part of the year where we're deciding what the next year is going to mean. And if you've been following along for a while, you will know that I've started to incorporate different elements to my channel outside of just panning. So obviously we've had the decluttering clothing element for a little while now, and this year I've delved a little bit deeper into the reading and the booktube side of things. I've been following a lot of panners or makeup channels that also have book channels. They have different channels for different content. You also see this quite heavily in the gaming channels, where they'll have their main channel and then have more XYZ, like channels that have either additional content or longer content or different content. So coming up to this video, I was really playing with the idea of opening a second channel that focused on content outside of my panning content. However, I already struggle to continually maintain my first channel, so I didn't want to really have a second channel because of that. So I'm not sure if this decision is going to have a negative effect on my followers, and I am very hopeful that it doesn't. But I have decided to continue to have one channel where I incorporate all the elements, all the video content that I've currently been interested in. So I'm having, I guess, my book content, my panning content, my decluttering, my gaming, all that content on the one channel. How am I going to do that while still having, I guess, a bit of regularity schedule for my followers? So what I've decided to do is I'm separating my upload schedule into 3 main days. So I'm going to be uploading on Mondays, Fridays, and on occasion Wednesdays. And those days are going to dictate the content that you see on them. So for example, Mondays are going to be my makeup and panning content. Fridays are going to be my book and reading content, and Wednesdays are going to be whatever. So that's where my decluttering, my gaming, my other things that I would like to make a video on content will end up. The Wednesday videos are not necessarily going to be weekly. That's the day that may or may not have a video come out on it, but I am planning to have a panning video every Monday and a book/reading video every Friday. So you can expect at least 2 videos from me weekly. You might know this year I changed a lot of my content, so I was doing quarterly and bi-monthly updates, and I actually found that to be a bit of a struggle, mostly because for some of these projects, 2 to 3 months is a very long time. So I'm either constantly rolling new things in, or things are more easily getting lost in the wash. So my plan is to return to the monthly update for majority of my videos, though some of my more slow moving projects are going to have bi-monthly updates, and my project 333 as well as my trash talk will most likely remain quarterly. I've also decided for this year to give myself a little bit of wiggle room, hopefully some open space for more vlog or seasonal style videos. And I also want to up my Instagram game because at the moment I'm feeling like my Instagram is just a way for me to advertise that I've uploaded a video. I would like to talk more about that down in my comments and potentially over on my Instagram to see what you want to see out of that Instagram content. But currently I'm thinking to continue with my weekly nail polish update, what I've polished my nails with that week. But I'm also considering incorporating either a product of the week or a book of the week style post to kind of show you either what I'm reading for that week, what product I'm really enjoying for that week, just to upgrade my dialogue and I guess my connection that I'm having through my Instagram. So let me know down in the comments if that's something that you're interested in seeing. But back to my YouTube channel. So as I said, I'm going to separate my videos out to Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, with my makeup/panning videos being on Mondays. So for that content, I'm going to continue with my Pan More with Feeling project pan, and those videos will remain bi-monthly. I'm also going to continue with my Dude You Panned My Battleship series that I'm completing with Samantha from makeupmaniaandmore. I'll have Samantha linked down in the description, as well as links to all the playlists for the series that I'm here discussing. But like I said, I'm going to continue with my Dude You Panned My Battleship series, and those videos are also going to be bi-monthly. So they're going to be on a rotational basis. 1 month you'll get my Buffy video, 1 month you'll get my Dude video. I'm also going to continue with my Trash Talk series, which includes my empties and my low buy. I had considered going monthly with these videos. I just felt considering a month has generally 4 weeks, so 4 slots for these content. And if I'm already taking up one of those slots with either my Buffy or my Dude video, then I only have 3 slots for projects. And if I'm then taking up one of those slots with my Trash Talk video, it really limits the number of projects I can participate in. So I have decided to keep the Trash Talk videos on a quarterly basis. I also don't tend to have a lot of usage, so quarterly isn't a big issue where I've got piles of trash to discuss, but that kind of allows me to include that video on the months, that have an additional week. So like I said, majority of months have 4 weeks, but there are a number of 5-week months throughout the year. And having a quick look at the calendar, they do seem to line up with a more quarterly basis. So that's what I'm going to do there. They are going to be quarterly videos, but they're going to come out on that extra week we tend to get every couple months. So that will mean that I'll have 3 time slots open to projects. I am thinking of doing 2 main year-long projects, one of them specifically focusing on eyeshadows and one being a more rotational full collection project. And then I'm thinking of using that 3rd spot for more the seasonal and short-term projects. So currently I'm thinking to continue with the Pan Those Eyeshadows project for my eyeshadow project. That does tend to be a series that gets a lot of views and interest here on my channel, as does the Deck of Panning project, which is currently the project I'm thinking of incorporating as my rotational project. Definitely let me know down in the comments your thoughts, feelings questions and otherwise on those potential 2 projects, and if there's any other projects that you would be interested in seeing me participate in. So then when it comes to the seasonal or short-term projects, I'm planning to use that 3rd week, that 3rd spot, to incorporate more the updates for those short-term projects, such as the Graveyard Project Pan. This might mean that some of the projects will end up having bi-monthly rather than monthly updates. Already, the Graveyard Project Pan does that. And it might mean I have a number of short-term projects running at once. This could also mean that I have space in my video schedule to do other panning / makeup content that isn't necessarily fit within the project concept. So if there are any specific videos you would like to see from me in relation to panning or makeup, definitely let me know down in the comments and I will incorporate that into my yearly schedule. Moving on to my Friday videos, so my reading / booktube videos. I am definitely planning to continue with a TBR game. This year I've used a lot of the monthly readathons to help me select my monthly TBR. But I really enjoy a board game and I absolutely love watching video creators, so booktubers, that have a very set and personalized TBR game that they do on a very regular monthly basis. So because of that, I have actually decided to create my own TBR board game. I'm still in the process of designing it, so I'm interested down in the comments to hear any elements of TBR board games that you would love to see me incorporate. But otherwise, stay tuned. Hopefully at the end of December, I will be putting up a video which will kick off the usage of that board game, and it will discuss how I've created it, why I've created it, what I've incorporated into it. I think my problem at the moment is that there are so many different things I want to incorporate that potentially in my head right now, I've overcomplicated the game. So I want to just kind of roll that in a bit and make sure that it is something that I'm going to be able to play monthly and is going to have some form of punishment associated with the completion of my monthly TBR, but also isn't in a way that becomes, I guess, over the top, unbearable, unrealistic, and unsustainable. So stay tuned for more information on that. But outside of my TBR, I'm also going to continue doing my reading wrap-ups. But unlike my trash talk videos, I'm actually going to incorporate those into my monthly schedule. I'm not a very quick reader, and that means some months I've only read 1 or 2 books, but then other months I am hitting more the 5 to 10 books per month. I am finding doing my reading wrap-ups quarterly that one, they are very long videos. Because they're such long videos, I have to downplay the amount of information I can provide. And at the moment, I am incorporating that stats part of the video as well as the reading wrap-up all into one video. I'm interested to see down in the comments if you are interested, though, in continually to get either a quarterly or a mid-year stats update, and what you would like seen incorporated into those statistics for reading. And if you wanted to see something like that also for my makeup usage or my project makeup usage, as I don't count uses on every product that I use every day, just those that are in projects. So to confirm, I will be doing a monthly TBR and also a monthly reading wrap up. Once again, that does mean I then have 2 spots on the monthly schedule that is open to other book/reading video content. So for that, I'm going to incorporate more reading vlogs and reading challenges. So I do really enjoy doing readathons, but trying to incorporate that into my monthly TBR game blows out those videos and doesn't give the readathon, I guess, the attention that it deserves. And it's a lot harder to bring people along on the journey with me. I really enjoyed doing the TBR Harvest vlog that I've recently put up. I have that linked up in my cards and down in the description. And though it doesn't have a lot of views at this time, I really enjoyed making that content and then editing it. Plus, on top of that, I enjoyed being able to, I guess, share my participation in a readathon without it just being the creation of a TBR. So with that in mind, I would like to, and it won't be every month, but I would like to do more readathon vlogs for some of the readathons that I'm planning to heavily participate in. Further to that, I've really enjoyed doing some more buddy reads. I had a buddy read with Jess from Smut and Stockinette. I'll have Jess linked down in the description, and I'll have a link for the video that I'm talking about where we read the Losers trilogy by Harley, Laroux. I'll have that up in the cards and also down in the description. But I really enjoyed not just participating in a buddy read with a fellow YouTuber, but also having that shared experience of reading a book. So I really enjoyed doing that buddy read, and I would like to do more video content where I collab with other booktubers in some way or another. So that's another space I would like to do more videos in. And I would actually like to do more reading challenge content. I really enjoy watching that reading challenge content where it is focused on the blank selects my reads style structure. I have a few concepts and ideas that I would like to incorporate. I would like to do a challenge or a small video vlog on. So that is something as well that I want to incorporate into my content, especially on those 2 additional empty schedule spots on my Fridays. So definitely let me know down in the comments what you would like to see from my book and reading content. As I mentioned, I still have those whatever Wednesdays where I'm going to be putting up other content that maybe isn't as continual or heavy as both my panning and my reading content, but it's just whatever else I'm interested in doing. So as you know, I've been currently doing my project 333, which is a clothing wardrobe, capsule wardrobe decluttering style series. I have kind of been struggling with it and struggling with the structure of that video, but I have been enjoying it and I would like to continue doing it going forward. I've also recently started a Sims Let's Play for the Pack Legacy Challenge. I've got 2 videos up for that so far. I'll have a link for that down in my description. And I would like to continue with that gaming content. Outside of that, I'm going to be incorporating the next few video types onto those Wednesdays. One, so it doesn't, I guess, take away from one of those spots that I'm talking about in relation to my Mondays and my Fridays, but also because they maybe don't necessarily focus heavily on panning as such. it is just more informational. So I'm going to have all my inventories. So that includes my makeup, my beauty, my nail polish, my perfume, my book, all of the above. Inventories are going to be on Wednesdays, as well as my May mask challenge or those types of videos. If I decide to do the May mask challenge again in 2026, which hint, hint, I probably will, I'm actually going to have that vlog, that May mask challenge video. I'm planning to do it a little bit differently and to put that on my Wednesdays rather than on the Monday. Please, once again, let me know down in the comments if there is any video content that you would like to see me incorporate onto my whatever Wednesdays, or any of the other days, anything you want to hear or see from me. I am open to suggestions. I'm hoping this is going to be a way for me to better structure my content that I'm also going to be able to easily maintain. And it's going to be easier for my viewers who maybe don't necessarily love certain content over other content. So if you're into panning, you know panning content will be on Mondays. If you're into reading, you'll know reading content will be on Fridays. So that's going to be a way that you can still participate without me having to have multiple channels, but it's also going to be structured in a way that might make it less frustrating for you as a viewer, because I am very aware that if you are watching a channel for one type of content, that when they have lots of videos coming out for a different content, that can become frustrating. So I'm hoping that, as you'll know, it's on X day, that it will be less frustrating for you to continue engaging and watching. I'm very keen to hear everybody's thoughts, feelings, and otherwise about this plan down in the comments. If there's anything you really want to see, anything you don't want to see, anything you would be interested in me shaking up a little bit, and also what you think about me making the day more the content rather than the channel more the content. But I think that is all my thoughts, feelings, otherwise for the moment. And we are going to wrap up this video here. So until next time, I'm Verity. This was my 2026 future channel plans video, if that's what I end up calling it. And now to the outro.